The second December arrives, my brain instantly switches into winter building mode. And this year I wanted to ease into the season with something calm and cozy. So today we are starting with a small winter-inspired apartment in 21 Chic Street in San Myshuno. The layout is following. We have 2 bedrooms, a combined open-space kitchen and living area, 1 bathroom, and even a laundry room. I purposefully did not include a dining area because the space was a little bit tight and I preferred having a bigger living area instead of squeezing in a tiny table no one would use. For this apartment, I went straight into a color scheme that for me screams winter without using any holiday-specific items. So it's light blue, white, and also light brown. Something snowy and soft, but also clean and Scandinavian. The story behind this apartment is that a young family just moved in here. They didn't want to spend too much on furniture, so most things are basically IKEA coded. You will see this theme everywhere. This is also why the whole apartment has this slightly mismatched charm. Nothing looks custom built and, perfect, but everything works together. Now let's talk about the kitchen. I used base game counters and cabinets in this dusty blue or maybe grey color. It's a shade that I think feels almost traditional, but at the same time it's very IKEA showroom, and that fits the vibe I wanted. It really gives that winter feel without going just full Christmas. And the marble countertops, they honestly remind me just the snow on the ground, which made me way happier than it actually should have. So that stayed. And because we are following the story of a family that didn't want to overspend, the kitchen is intentionally not a perfect or custom fit one. The fridge and the stove don't fully match the counters because I used the restoration workshop ones, which are a little smaller and look more like something you would buy because, it was on sale and not because it matched. But I think that makes it feel real. And next to the fridge, I started building a tiny coffee corner. There is the coffee maker, cup holder with some space for sugar and other things. And above all of that, I placed a coffee-themed picture. And on top of the fridge, I added those breakfast cereal bags, because I just imagined the toddler in this family absolutely loving those. Maybe it's not the healthiest everyday breakfast, but well, it's a cute detail. The kitchen itself is a little L-shaped corner, and I love that the sink is right by the window. With the winter scenery outside, it just makes the whole kitchen feel really bright and softer. And you'll notice that I placed almost all the clutter just slightly off the counters, meaning not shaped directly to the surface, but moved a little bit around, so the seams can actually cook. Right next to the kitchen, the space opens up into the living area. I knew from the very beginning that I wanted to use the sofa and the armchair from the Modern Retreat kit, especially in the white swatch, because they just remind me so much of modern IKEA furniture. And they have that clean, little bit chunky but Scandinavian shape, and I think in white they look really perfect for this winter apartment. And to bring some of that blue color into this area too, I just placed 2 blue base game pillows on the couch, and for the windows I used the base game white curtains. I remember that I just disliked them in the past, but now I think they look really nice in this space. But I do wish we had a better curtain rod option, but since we don't really see it clearly here, it's just fine. There is also that base game floor lamp, but I changed its light to a slightly warmer white, so the apartment didn't feel too cold. And because I wanted a subtle winter feeling without, decorating for Winterfest yet, I just added the snowy Christmas tree from the seasons, because it has just a bit of white frost on its branches, and I think it's perfect for when you are almost ready for the holidays, but not fully there yet. Now, since we are in San Myshuno, I used City Living too, but probably just for the rug. And for the coffee table, I used this little shelf from Businesses and Hobbies, the one that is technically a display shelf, but also works surprisingly well as slow modern table. The TV is that beautiful framed winter TV from the last year's Space Game holiday event. The winter swatch with mountains, honestly, just perfect. Of course, I added some businesses and hobbies string lights for some extra coziness, and I placed some books, a little bit of decor, and because we have a toddler living here, I also added a high chair and some decorative toy box. It's not functional, but it looks like there are toys inside, and also I sprinkled a bit of winter decor from the free holiday pack, including those beautiful snowflake window string lights that twinkle in the evening. They are so pretty at night. After that, you'll see me decorating the laundry room. It's nothing too complicated, just the washing machine and a dryer stuck together, some aprons hanging on the wall, and a few essential items. It's just a straightforward laundry nook. Moving on to the entryway, I placed that really cute seasonal rug with pine trees in the snow. This one is also from that cozy event last year. It immediately just set the winter mood as soon as you enter. Then I added a small console table with a mirror from the base game, and also I brought in the lamp and a little necklace decor from Modern Retreat, and some other clutter. And I moved that grocery bag here instead of the kitchen. I just imagined that the family just came home, set the bag down, and then just got distracted by something else. It's actually very easy when you have a toddler in the family. I just recalled my younger sister at that age. Originally, I had base game ceiling lighting throughout the apartment, but eventually I decided to switch it to the small square lamps from the Modern Retreat kit. I think they have better warm glow and are also perfect alternative to the base game lights. Next up is the primary bedroom. I created here a small walk-in wardrobe area. It's not technically functional as a walk-in, because Sims probably can't step inside, but visually it just feels like a realistic wardrobe. I actually have something similar in my real home, but with sliding doors. For the bed, I chose the base game one in this white swatch, my absolute favorite base game bed right now. It's simple, cozy, and I think fits perfectly with the light aesthetics. Also, I added small dream home decorated bedside tables, since they don't take up much space, and again look like something you could just buy from IKEA. Above the bed, I placed that winter mountain picture. I really wish we had more winter or Christmas-inspired wall art in the game, because we only have a few pieces that qualify. And honestly, only like 1 or 2 of them actually look good for the build. Maybe someday we will get something, one can dream. And I wanted to make this room less cold, so I just took the fluffy city living rug and scaled it up with the bracket key a few times and placed it under the bed so you get that warm, soft feeling under your feet. Also, I used the same curtains from the living room and added the snowflake string lights again, just to tie the whole apartment together. Then I placed a clothing rack from Businesses and Hobbies on the opposite wall from the bed in this light wood tone. Added some shoes and of course placed a hamper so the Sims can just drop their clothes here. And finally I put in a floor mirror and a plant. I just think plants always make rooms feel more alive and cozy, so this one really helped. After the bedroom I moved into the bathroom. It's a very standard setup, just the Parenthood shower tub combo, a sink from the Dream Home Decorator, also the round mirror from Parenthood, and some basic bathroom clutter. Also, I added cute candles from the Businesses and Hobbies pack. I originally wanted to place them somewhere else in the apartment, like in the living room, but nothing just felt right. And also I imagined that the toddler is trying to grab them if they were in the living area. They actually wouldn't in the game, but still. The candles just ended up here, and I think they add a nice warm glow. I also put another winter-themed picture, the one with pine trees. I think it's one of the only other truly winterish images in the base game. And I finished the bathroom with a base game yellow rug. And finally the kids' room. I just struggled with the wallpapers for a while, but you will not see it of course, because I just cut this from a footage. I wanted it to feel connected to the rest of the winter apartment, but without being too adult. So eventually I just went with the checkered base game wallpapers, and it turned out very cute and I think works really well with the Scandinavian theme. Again, I used quite a lot of Dream Home Decorator furniture here, not intentionally at first, but I think it fits the style and size of the rooms so well that I just kept going. Also, I used the base game toddler bed, cozy white chair, and the cheapest base game lamp. On the chair, I placed that adorable pillow from the Forever Friends event, which adds some softness and color. And later you will also see me put in the plush toy from the same event. This one in the blue swatch, and I think it's my favorite one. Originally, I wanted to add winter-themed pictures into this room too, but I couldn't just find any that matched the palette. So I grabbed some cute animal kids art from the gallery, and to be honest, they look just amazing in this space, especially because they match the little animal-shaped table from the modern retreat that I used as a bedside table, and I think together everything just works perfectly. Also, I added books, 2 different night lamps, the blue baby potty, don't ask me why it's not in the bathroom, and then I built a little shelving unit with Dream Home Decorator. I filled those with different kid-related items, and also then I added toys on the rug, so it looks like the toddler was just playing there. The final touches were just the cloud lamp on the ceiling and the light switches that I had forgotten earlier. And with that, the apartment was finished. Maybe this is not the most high-end, luxurious or perfectly styled apartment, but I think it's cozy and it's winter-inspired and it feels very realistic, and I really love how it turned out. If you like this apartment, you can find it on the gallery under my ID Simsioli. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment suggesting what you would like to see next in this winter-inspired aesthetic. Thank you for watching, see you next time, bye!